Hey guys, welcome into today's video. Today we are diving in and discussing USC's incoming 5-star freshman wideout, Zachariah Branch. Now Zach is my favorite prospect in the entire 2023 class, for what he does on the field, but even more so for his positive and energetic personality that you can see rub off on anyone who is around him. Not to mention that he is also USC's most active social media recruiter we have in the entire 2023 class. So today we'll talk about who Zach is as a person, and I'll tell you why I think Zach could go down as the best wideout in USC's history. But before we get into all of it guys, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It really helps out so much. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Alright, so one of the things Zach is really known for is his insane speed. That runs in the family, as his uncle was none other than NFL Hall of Famer Cliff Branch. Unfortunately, Cliff passed away in 2019 at the age of 71, but when you watch Zach play, you can see shades of Cliff in his game. I can't even imagine the incredible wisdom that Cliff passed down to Zach and his brother Zion, so obviously having one of the all-time greats at your position be your uncle is a really big deal and can help you grow and develop your game. And of course, we all know Zach's brother Zion, who is currently a safety at USC. Unfortunately, he didn't get to play last year due to an injury, but I fully expect him to be in the starting lineup for the SC defense in 2023. The relationship between Zach and Zion is an interesting one. You can really tell how close they are, and how they want to go on this journey together for as long as they possibly can. When the two were in middle school, every single morning they would have early morning workouts at 6 a.m. Having each other there to support one another undoubtedly brought the two closer. And for a while now, the two have dreamed of being teammates at SC together. In a story written by Sam Gordon of the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Zach talks about how the two attended USC season opener against Arkansas State in 2015, and how they both fell in love with the tradition and atmosphere. Zach went on to say, quote, "At a young age, we both said we wanted to go to USC. When we both got that offer, it was a dream come true." This really speaks to the turnaround SC has had in the recruiting field. These are the exact types of kids SC has been missing out on for the last 10 years. And as I'm sure most of you know, when you grow up in Southern California like I did, or in Arizona or Nevada like Zach and Zion did, the dream is always to play football for SC. The fact that these two get to do it together is really incredible and a real testament to both their natural talent and the hours and hours spent in the gym perfecting their craft. Now let's talk a little about Zach's personality, because this guy is an absolute character. He is one of the more competitive people you will ever see out there on the football field, but he also has this aura of kindness and positivity surrounding him. You really see it when he interacts with people, and he gives that trademark smile of his, and everyone around him can't help but light up with a smile themselves. He reminds me a lot of Adoree Jackson in that way. Those two share a lot of similarities the more I think about it actually, with the incredible and effortless backflips to hilarious moments that happen on the field, and of course their insane speed. Another thing I found interesting is that Zach is not the biggest guy on the field by any means. He's only listed at 5'10", but he is not afraid of anybody. He will never back down from a challenge, and when DBs go up against him, they better be prepared because he will be going at them all game. This kid's motor is always on. He and Caleb are going to be a ton of fun to watch play off of each other this year. They both have that fiery competitiveness to their game. But the thing that stands out to me most is that Zach is always there to pick up his teammates when they have a bad play. He really goes about things the right way. He's a great representative for the university. He's going to be a great addition to the Trojan locker room. So when we talk about Zach on the field, this is a generational talent at the receiver position in my opinion. Obviously the speed stands out for Zach, and we will talk about that, but I want to talk about the two things that impressed me most about his game first. His hands and his route running. First with the hands, this guy makes difficult catches look very, very routine. He has very strong hands, very reminiscent of Amon-Ra St. Brown or Darius Rogers in that way, but his route running, I mean my goodness, it's insane. That's the literal best way I can phrase it. His cuts are so violent, you see DBs just completely fall over trying to stick with this guy. He is as elite a player coming out of high school at the receiver spot that SC has had in a very long time. I think he is going to play and play a lot this upcoming year. There are so many different ways to use him. Those jet motion plays we ran with Jordan Addison last year down in the red zone, I can see Zach running those in with ease. That play against UCLA where we lined up Addison in the backfield and got him matched up with a linebacker, jet sweeps. I mean, with Lincoln's creativity and Zach's raw ability, I am absolutely fascinated to see how Lincoln will use him this year, not to mention his potential on kick and punt return. Alright, so let's talk speed. Zach has insane game-breaking speed. He gets compared by most people to former Chiefs and current Dolphins wideout Tyreek Hill. And normally I absolutely hate when high school kids get compared to future Hall of Famers, but in this case I get it. You watch Zach and the first thing that pops in your head is Tyreek Hill. It's crazy how Caleb is a splitting image of Mahomes when he plays, and Zach is that same way with Tyreek, and they're going to be on the same team for a year. Really interesting. But the combination of Zach's speed, hands, and route running pretty much make him uncoverable one-on-one. Teams are going to learn very early on in the season to pay extra attention to where Zach lines up on the field. And this isn't just me being an SC homer either. The 247 composite has him ranked as the #1 wideout in the country and #4 overall player. I think Zach could be a star no matter where he went, but him coming to USC to play in this offense with this quarterback and Caleb Williams, followed up by Malachi Nelson, who I believe is going to be a phenomenal player, there's no limit to what Zach can accomplish here. And Lincoln Riley obviously has a very good eye when it comes to identifying wide receiver talent. So this is what Lincoln had to say about Zach at his early signing day presser.
Yeah, we had recruited both Zach and his brother Zion, some at Oklahoma. So the family had come out there and yeah, I mean I remember seeing Zach when he was pretty young, and it was apparent quickly that his explosiveness was very, very unique. And again, you kind of talk about guys that you think fit kind of the USC mold. I mean, both he and his brother, I mean, they've been raised by two outstanding parents. They're great students, they're great kids. Like, they embrace everything about what it means to be a Trojan. And yeah, I mean, they're in a lot of ways kind of the blueprint, honestly, that the guys that are the total package. And so Zach is a special talent. His explosiveness is very, very rare. You go a lot of years and not come across a guy that has that elite explosiveness combined with just really, really good football skills. A lot of times you have to pick one or the other. Maybe the raw player that maybe is not quite developed on the football field yet, or vice versa. And he's one of the very few that has both. And I think when you combine him with Mekhi Lemon, who we think is very, very special as well, that tandem right there is as good as anywhere you'll find in the country.
Big praise from Coach Riley there. Zach possesses things that make him really stand out from players of the past. I do believe he could go down as the best wideout to ever play at SC, which, knowing even just SC's recent history at wideout, that's really saying something. I don't want to put any added pressure on the kid. He has enough on his plate as it is. He just needs to come in and be himself. That'll be enough to get him in the conversation, in my opinion. So that's Zachariah Branch, an incredible player and a great person with a smile that lights up every room he walks into. With a great foundation and work ethic built by his parents, his brother Zion, and his own internal fire to be great. So what are your guys' thoughts on Zach? Are you as high on him as I am? And let me know your thoughts on Zion as well. I can't wait to see him finally get his college football playing career underway. Alright guys, that'll do it for me today. If you did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see your name in every video and help support the channel in an even bigger way, I do have my Patreon link down below. So please check that out if you're interested. Thank you all so much for the support. You guys are awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.